Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we tell you about Soviet-Japanese War. The Soviet-Japanese War, also known as the Russo-Japanese War of 1945, was a short-lived military conflict between the Soviet Union and Japan that took place in the final days of World War II. The war began on August 9, 1945. Just days after the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, when Soviet forces, under the command of Marshal Alexander Vasilevsky, launched a surprise attack on Japanese forces in northeastern China and the Korean Peninsula. The Soviet Union's decision to enter the war against Japan was motivated by a desire to gain control of the strategic territory of northeastern China and the Korean Peninsula, as well as to prevent the Western Allies from occupying those areas. The Japanese, caught off guard by the sudden Soviet attack, were quickly overwhelmed by the superior Soviet military. Despite heroic resistance by some Japanese units, the Soviet forces rapidly advanced through northeastern China and the Korean Peninsula, capturing major cities such as Changchun and Pyongyang. The war was also notable for the high number of prisoners of war taken by both sides, with more than 1 million Japanese soldiers and civilians taken as prisoners by the Soviet Union. Many of these prisoners were used as forced labor in the Soviet Union, and many did not return home until the 1950s. On August 15, 1945, with the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan announced its surrender. On August 16, Soviet Union declared war on Japan and started their campaign in Manchuria, which was largely unopposed. On August 18, representatives of Japan signed the Instrument of Surrender aboard the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay, officially ending the war. But Soviet Union continued their offensive, and on August 20, Soviet troops entered the northern part of Karafuto Island, Sakhalin Island, and on August 25, Soviet Union declared war on Japan and occupied the northern part of Hokkaido, which was also unopposed. The Soviet-Japanese War was a significant event in the history of World War II, as it marked the first time in history that an Asian power had defeated a European power in a modern war. It also had a significant impact on the post-war balance of power in Asia, with the Soviet Union emerging as a major player in the region and Japan losing its empire. The war was also significant for the way it was conducted, as it was one of the last major conflicts of the war and was fought in a very short period of time, ending with the surrender of Japan and the conclusion of World War II.